Hello class, my name is Emily Waite. This is my reflection for the portfolio project that we just completed for legal aspects of healthcare. For many of us, this might be the last semester, one of the first semesters of our degree programs, and this may be one of our last portfolio projects that we completed for our degree. For me, this class has had many benefits, and the portfolio project itself lists specific course outcomes that Bryan and Stratton would like its students to meet. 3 of these objectives that I would like to talk to you about today that were displayed in the portfolio project that we completed includes communication, information literacy, and productivity. All 3 of these things that we've kind of worked on during the semester can be applied to a future career in health administration, and these were also built upon in the portfolio project itself. So first I'd like to talk to you about communication and how this was utilized in the portfolio project. In the first couple weeks of the class, we had to do the essential questions discussion. I'm sure you guys remember that we had to do 2 different essential questions. I think that this was important in engaging in conversation with our fellow peers because we were able to kind of build upon each other and critique each other's questions so we could actually establish our portfolio project and actually start working on it. The second thing I'd like to discuss is information literacy. So for the portfolio project, many of us had to use what's called the virtual library on Bryan and Stratton website. And we also maybe went on Google, maybe we went to our local library and we had to find resources to actually build the portfolio project. We had to use information literacy because as we indulge in tons of research online, we have to be suspicious about what we pick for our research and if it's a credible source. So using the credible source of the virtual library, we were able to use this for our portfolio project because all the information on this is usually, peer-reviewed and it's a pretty good source to use. Lastly, I'd like to discuss how productivity was used in the portfolio project and how it can also be related to a future career in healthcare. So productivity was a main thing for this class, and specifically for the portfolio project since there was multiple parts and deadlines due throughout the semester. So we used productivity to use maybe time management skills. Again, it kind of correlates with information literacy and communication as well. I think productivity, it has many different aspects. So making sure you get your work done on time and it's up to par with what the standards are for the assignment, and just making sure that you're asking questions if you need to, that you're using your time wisely and you're just trying to get the best research that you can so that you can submit it on time and that it's the best quality work for you. All 3 of these workplace capabilities and standards from Bryan and Stratton College can be applied to a future career, specifically in health administration. So for example, when you're working in the healthcare field, you're going to need communication no matter where you work. Whether it's in-person communication or maybe you use communication in the technology or virtual world, communication is a big part of many jobs, if not all jobs, especially in healthcare as a healthcare professional. Information literacy is used because you're going to be coming into contact with different articles, research, education materials in the healthcare field. So you have to know what's going to be purposeful for your own organization. Productivity, again, is one of those things that's very broad and can be used in all aspects of professional life. So specifically in healthcare, you're going to need to be productive. You have to set a schedule for yourself. You have to be on time. You have to set a schedule for meetings. You're going to have to prioritize your work, prioritize your staff, things like that. So all these things kind of tie in together. And that's one thing that Bryan and Stratton does, I think, is they focus on these workplace capabilities to prepare you for a future career such as healthcare. So all in all, I think the portfolio project was a great thing for us to do as students embarking, on our first jobs out of college. Maybe it's our second job or first job in healthcare. All of these things can be used somehow in the field of healthcare. So it was really great to work with all of you in class, and I hope you have a great summer and the rest of your career path. So thanks.